All right, we are rolling.
Awesome. How'd you guys do? Did you guys finish it? Finish the project?
Nope.
We're still working on it?
Yeah, I'm currently on column G. I got the others done.
You guys, I figured out column G.
Did you?
It was really tricky. It's super, super tricky. But I seriously had to rewatch all of the videos. And the videos don't even tell you exactly what to do. It just gave me ideas of what I could try. So then I went to Google and I Googled how to change text into numbers, and that didn't really give me any help. But I realized that it was it's like putting a formula within a formula. Mm-hmm. So if you guys want me to explain it to you right now, I totally can. If you guys want to cover something else first and then get to that, we can do that too.
The only, I was gonna say the only two questions I had was that one, because I've spent about 45 minutes so far trying to research it and I couldn't figure it out. And then for some reason, my column B will not, like my first names will not appear without the comma. Like I've tried different variations of it, the formula, I've tried watching the video again, and like I cannot get that comma to go away.
Okay.
Because like the formula that I use, it shows comma, comma, or comma space and then amber, and if I drag it down, it does the same for everything else.
What formula are you using?
Right, and then the information, find the comma, sheet of the information, and then 2 spaces. That's the one I have up right now. I've tried some other ones and I can't get it either.
Did you try text to columns? The text.
Yeah, that's what I did. Text
to columns.
On the data sheet. So yeah, file, home, insert, page layout, and data. Go to data. You're gonna highlight the names, and then you're gonna click text to column. Here, I can share my screen really quick.
I know how to do that, I think. Let me try that real quick. Because I think I figured it out with that one. I was just trying to see if there's another way.
Yeah, so all I did was I just highlighted this. I went to text to columns. I did the delimited, clicking next, and then I just separated with the comma. When I clicked OK, it totally fixed it. And then I just put it onto the next sheet. I don't know if you guys can see my screen, but.
So let me look at your screen real quick. Did you get it to transfer to the other page for you, or did you separate it on this page and then transfer it?
So what I did, because it was super weird, like in the videos, it showed that you can copy this and then you can just open all this up and then you can choose where you want it to go, but it wouldn't go to the new page. So what I did was I copied this information. I went to page number 2. I pasted it into column A, and then I highlighted column A, and then I did the text to columns, delimited, next, the comma, next, and then I just kept it on this column A where it was already selected.
So you put everything to the data for upload, and then you did the text to columns.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then when I just kept it on this, like it was on A2 right here. It's not showing it right here because, but it was right here. When I clicked OK, then it just separated it into last name on column A and first name on column B.
You guys remember what the formula is to like remove all the spaces at the beginning?
Yeah, trim.
Trim, that's what it is.
Yeah.
So do you think that would help? Would that help you, Ryan?
Yeah, no, I got it. I got through that. Now they just all have a bunch of spaces at the beginning. Because I tried the column, I tried the text to column, but I kept getting that same error. Like it wouldn't transfer it to the other sheet. So I was like, oh, well, maybe I'll just do it with the formula. And I figured out the last name formula because that one was easier. But to do the first names, like it just would not.
I had the same problem with the first names because I tried it with the formula first too. And I don't know why it worked on the first name, but then when I dragged it down, it didn't work. I don't know why.
Huh, that's weird.
And I did I did right. So on the first name I did right. And then I clicked the column or the space or the whatever the text that I needed. And then for the number, I did the find, and I did comma, so quote comma unquote, and then the next one was, anyways, I did that, and then at the end of the equation I did -2, and it worked on the first one, but it didn't work on the subsequent ones. I don't know why.
Yeah, I got the same thing that you just did, is basically what I did. And it worked for the first one, but then after that, it wouldn't work. So then I started plugging in random numbers here and there, and I couldn't get anything at all.
For which column are you referring to?
Using the formula for A and B.
Oh, yeah. See, I don't know why, but I just never even thought to do the formula. I just immediately thought text to column. So that's what I did. So I didn't run into any of that trouble for some reason.
The only problem with text to column might be if they want to add names later.
Oh, shoot. I didn't even think of that.
So that's why I tried the formula first. Here, I'll share my screen real quick. This is what so what I did was text to column, and I just edited the first page and split it up on the first page.
Okay.
But first to get rid of the extra spaces, I selected all the names, and I did replace.
Are you sharing your screen right now?
Oh, I tried to. Did it not?
No, it's not working.
Oh, okay. Let me restart. Okay.
There we go.
You can see it now?
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay. So I went onto the first page, and I just split it here. And to get rid of the spaces, I selected all the names and then did Control F, and I replaced, I did a little space, and I did a comma.
Oh, yeah.
Anyways, I did that a couple times until all the spaces were gone, and I only had one comma between the first and the last name. And then that came out really clean after, because nothing has spaces.
I just did it as well. And the other way you can do it is in that text to columns. When you do the delimited, if you hit the space button, it'll get rid of all the extra spaces. So like I hit comma and space.
Yeah.
And then when I went to next, it got rid of all the spaces that were in there, and it gave me 2 columns of names, and they're all on the left-hand side.
There you go.
So I got that one. I appreciate it, because I was stuck on that one for the longest time trying to figure out that formula, because the other one kept giving me the error.
I have to tell you, when I do these projects, like after I finish a step, it's really hard for me to remember what I did. I'm just like, oh my gosh, I got it. I don't know how I got that, but all right, I'm going to just accept it and move on.
That's how I felt explaining that video last week.
Yep. Oh, I believe that. I was like incredibly amazed that you could even explain it to us. And so, yeah, but I think also I was going to ask you guys, I don't know, in the directions, it says to save the formulas that we use for future reference. Do you know if we're supposed to save them in our project somewhere?
I think
or just like write it down.
I think you're just supposed to know them, like in case they have the issue again. I think it's going to lead to a future project, to be honest.
Yeah. Well, when I thought of that, okay, so I always just copy and paste the directions into like a Word document. And then I put some of the formulas next to the directions just so I can remember it for later. But yeah, so anyways, I did want to share with you guys, if we're ready to move forward, this formula for the insurance plan, you know, the
I'm
number,
ready for that.
because it's definitely something we need to use in the future, I'm sure. It was really helpful, but I had to mess around a ton to figure this out. So I'm sure there's probably other ways. When I read it on Google, and I can send you guys the link too that I got from Google. My computer just died, so I have to find it. So I'll send it to you later. But it said that there's multiple ways to do. It's basically a nested formula. So in the videos, the teacher or Brother Page or whatever showed us like a formula within a formula.
Mm-hmm.
In the dates videos, I don't know if you remember the date and time videos when he was just like adding all these things, and it was really confusing, and I was like, yeah, I'm never going to use that, except for I will. So the way that I did the insurance plan info, I don't know if you guys can see my screen, but I'm sharing it. So for column G, it was an if statement within an if statement within an if statement.
Okay.
Well, actually, it was really just two. So I did if. So hopefully you guys can follow this. Then I went back to sheet 1 because this was my data right here. And then I clicked this one. If the employee plus spouse equals, I just decided to write family. So I put quote unquote in family. So if that sheet says family, then I want it to record a 3 in the G column.
Mm-hmm.
And then normally you would put a comma and then put like the false thing, so like the information, like, but if that's wrong, then I just want it to be blank.
Mm-hmm.
But what Google was saying is that like there should be no false information. Instead, it should just lead into another if statement. So I wanted to have an if statement for each insurance plan. So there's 3 insurance plans. There's the employee plus spouse, there's the family, and then there's the employee only. Is this making sense so far?
Yeah.
So, okay, so yeah, so you could do this in any order. You could put family, or you could put employee / spouse right here. You could put spouse only. I just chose to do family first. I just went into descending order. So yeah, I just clicked if D4 on that sheet equals family, then I'm going to put a 3, comma, but if that sheet equal, or that specific cell equals employee plus spouse, I'm going to put a 2. And then since there's only one other option left, then you can just use that last option as your false input.
Mm-hmm.
And then you can close it. So I just put, and if it's not employer, spouse, and if it's not family, then there's only one option left. So we're just going to add a 1 right here. So then I clicked enter, and then I dragged it down and it updated. So if you look right here, you can just see numbers. But like if you go to that other page, like sheet 1, it's on Woody Allen right now. Because it says 2, I know that his is going to be employee spouse. And you look over here, well, look, Woody Allen is employee spouse. Amber Ambrose is family. You come over here and like it recorded a 3 for family. So that's how I knew it was accurate.
Sweet.
So hopefully, I don't know if you want to take a screenshot of that or whatever, but so what I realized was that if there were more options besides those just 3 options, then instead of putting a 1 right here,
you
like
put the option.
You just put another if statement, and then you put the cell that you want to reference, and then whatever the answer is going to be, and yeah. So
that's similar to what I tried to do for the longest time, except I kept trying to put that third if statement. But for whatever reason, like trying to leave the end of the third if statement blank for like if it's false, it kept throwing everything off. So, like I didn't think about, oh, well, I should just cut it off and leave it as an option. Like that makes a lot more sense. No, I had to try so many different inputs and that's why I just finally Googled it, because I like forgot that I could look on the internet. But I was not putting a comma after the next or before the next if statement. Instead, I was putting an equal sign. And like it kept giving me errors, and I was like, do I need another equal sign? Like, yeah. But yeah, so this makes sense. So wow. It's just really easy. If you just mess up one little input, it can totally throw it off, and then you don't know if
if it's just one little thing that's wrong or if you're going about the whole thing wrong. So
Yeah, then you have no idea where you screwed up.
right. But I just like seriously just kept experimenting. You just have to like, because we never really straightforward learned this. We just saw him do it in another example. And like we've learned if statements. So it was like, okay. But it makes sense like when you say it out loud, like if this cell is family, then I want it to say 3. But if that cell is employees plus spouse, then I want it to say 2. And if it's neither, I want it to say 1. Like in English, It makes perfect sense. It's just like translating it into a different language. So
yeah, totally. No, I see it now. That's clever.
So yeah, so that was that.
So one more question for you guys. On the phone number, so I see you have yours separated. Is it okay to have them separated, or are they supposed to be together?
To be honest with you, I don't know, and because it didn't specify, I was getting too frustrated and running out of ideas of how to put it together, so I just decided to make it separate.
Okay, because I spent like 45 minutes, an hour again on that one, trying to figure out how to get them together, and like, for the life of me, I could not figure it out. I went back and watched a couple of the videos too, and I'm like, there's nothing about how to take 2 completely separate sets of data and just put them together.
Did you guys try the ampersand?
To figure out if there was like, oh yeah, no, I didn't.
Try the ampersand. I haven't done that part yet, but that's what I would do.
Okay, remind me what the %, or like what the formula is. Is it equals %?
No, it's actually, you just use an ampersand. So I'm trying to think, or there's actually a formula that they taught, which is called.
Oh yeah. Okay, I just did it. If you guys look at my screen, I just did it.
There you go.
You just do equals K plus L, basically. So the equals.
Yes, you can put those 2
on your sheet 1.
K and L on your sheet 1, and then just do that on sheet 2. Just do the ampersand.
Okay,
and you should be able to drag that down, I think, and that should work.
Let's see.
I think the ampersand stays.
Yeah, it works.
Yeah, it should just stay. So
okay,
you would just go to sheet 1, put in a separate column for area code, and then do like a if statement, like if Rexburg equals whatever, then area code is 208.
Yeah.
And then on the next sheet, just combine the information from sheet 1.
Right. Yeah.
So
there we go.
Let's try it.
Okay. Well, hot dog.
Nice. Looks like we've got everything.
Yeah. Yeah, you guys did pretty good on everything else. No other questions?
I don't think so. I'm trying to look through it right now to make sure.
No,
These projects
I'm
are getting
good.
tricky.
Yeah. I'm thinking by the end we're going to be writing out like paragraphs for formulas.
Oh, seriously? I'm like, well, okay, so when I like Googled how to do like nesting or whatever, I saw that it was like advertising for like a master's level Excel course, and I was like, what? We're already learning? Like it said something like when you get into if statements, like you're really crossing the bridge from beginner to like avid Excel user. I was like, dang, we're not even like halfway through the semester when we learned that. So.
Well, it's funny because if you listen to his last video, he talks about that. He's like, basically Excel in and of itself is like another degree where companies will just be like, hey, you're Excel pro, like we want you.
Yeah.
Like some people just look at that and say, wow, we want that.
Yeah. Okay, well, cool. Well, if you guys are good, then I'm going to just go fix my phone number and then submit it if you want to send us the link, Nate. Thank you, by the way, for always doing that.
Yeah, it's really, I can do it every time. It's really easy, so.
Cool.
I don't mind.
Sweet. Well, thank you, guys.
All right.
Not a problem. Thank you, guys.
Okay.
Thank you. you guys.
Bye.
Have fun.